What if the person holding your career back is the same person telling you they're helping you? What if the encouragement, the praise, the opportunities, the advice are not actually designed to help you grow, but to keep you exactly where you are? Most people imagine manipulation as something obvious: a controlling boss, an angry manager, a toxic workplace. But real workplace manipulation is much more dangerous because it rarely feels like manipulation. It feels like support. It feels like trust. It feels like opportunity. And that's why so many talented employees don't realize what's happening until years of their career have already disappeared. Today, we're uncovering 8 signs your boss is manipulating you and you don't see it. But pay close attention to sign number 2, because it looks like good leadership on the surface, yet it quietly traps thousands of hardworking employees every year. Before we begin, subscribe for more workplace psychology, office politics, career growth, and hidden corporate truths. And comment below. Have you ever had a boss who seemed supportive at first, but later revealed their true intentions? Let's get started. Sign 8. They only praise you when they need something. Everyone likes recognition. Everyone likes hearing they've done a good job. But manipulative bosses often use praise strategically. Notice the timing. The compliments appear right before an extra assignment, a weekend project, a difficult task, a favor nobody else wants. Suddenly you're hearing things like, "You're my most reliable employee. I can always count on you. You're one of the strongest people on this team." At first, it feels rewarding, but eventually you realize something. The praise isn't leading to growth, it's leading to more work. A healthy boss recognizes your value. A manipulative boss weaponizes it, and what comes next is even harder to detect. Sign 7. They keep moving the goalposts. Imagine running a race. You finally reach the finish line, and someone moves it farther away. That's what this feels like. You hit your target, new target. You exceed expectations, new expectations. You complete every requirement. Suddenly, there's another requirement. The promotion never arrives. The recognition never arrives. The reward keeps moving. The reason is simple. As long as the goal remains out of reach, they keep getting maximum effort from you. But the next sign is where many careers quietly get stuck. Sign 6. They take credit without taking credit. This manipulation is subtle, very subtle. Your boss doesn't openly steal your work. That would be obvious. Instead, they position themselves as the bridge between your contribution and leadership. Executives hear about the project. Your boss presents it. Leadership celebrates success. Your name slowly disappears from the story. Over time, your work becomes their leadership success. And the dangerous part? Most employees don't realize it's happening until someone else gets promoted. But wait until you hear sign number 5, because this one feels like a compliment. Sign 5. They call you indispensable. At first, it sounds amazing. You're indispensable, important, valuable, critical to the team. Who wouldn't want that? But here's the hidden question. If you're so indispensable, why aren't you advancing? Why aren't you being developed? Why aren't you being promoted? Sometimes, indispensable really means we can't afford to lose you in your current role. The very thing that makes you valuable can become the reason you're trapped. And that's where manipulation becomes extremely profitable for managers. If you're recognizing some of these patterns right now, subscribe, because most employees don't learn these lessons until years of frustration have already passed. And if you know someone constantly working hard but getting nowhere, share this video with them. It could save them from making the same mistakes. Now let's continue, because sign number 4 is one of the most dangerous. Sign 4. They create dependency. Healthy leaders create independence. Manipulative leaders create dependency. Notice the difference. A good boss teaches you how to solve problems. A manipulative boss makes sure you always need them. Important information stays with them. Key relationships stay with them. Critical decisions stay with them. The more dependent you become, the more control they maintain. And once dependency becomes normal, escaping becomes difficult. But sign number 3 is where manipulation becomes emotional. Sign 3, they use guilt as a management tool. This doesn't sound like manipulation, at least not at first. Instead, you hear things like, "We're all counting on you. The team needs you. I thought I could trust you. I guess I'll have to do it myself." The goal isn't logic. The goal is guilt. Because guilty employees often agree to things they would normally refuse. Extra work, long hours, unfair expectations. And the more guilt they feel, the easier they become to control. Which brings us to one of the biggest red flags of all. Sign 2, they promise future rewards. Remember earlier when I said this sign traps thousands of employees? This is it. The future promotion, the future raise, the future opportunity, the future recognition. Everything happens in the future. Never now, always later. 6 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later. The promise survives. The reward never arrives. Manipulative bosses understand something powerful. Hope keeps people working longer than pressure. As long as the promise remains alive, many employees stay committed. And now we arrive at the biggest sign of all. Sign 1. They benefit more from your hard work than you do. This is the ultimate test. Ask yourself one question. Who is benefiting most from your effort? You or them? Who gets visibility? Who gets recognition? Who gets influence? Who gets rewarded? Because healthy leadership creates mutual growth. You succeed, they succeed. Everyone wins. Manipulative leadership creates imbalance. Your effort fuels their advancement. Your sacrifices fuel their success, and eventually you realize something painful. You've been climbing a ladder that was leaning against someone else's wall. The big lesson: not every difficult boss is manipulative. Not every manager is toxic. But manipulation becomes dangerous when it's invisible. That's why awareness matters. The moment you recognize these patterns, you stop seeing workplace behavior the same way. You stop accepting every promise. You stop confusing praise with opportunity. You stop mistaking dependency for leadership. And most importantly, you begin protecting your career. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe now for more workplace psychology, office politics, leadership secrets, and hidden corporate truths. Share this video with a friend, coworker, or family member who may be giving years of effort to the wrong manager. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these 8 signs have you personally experienced? Tell us in the comments below. Your story could help someone recognize manipulation before it's too late. Like, subscribe, share. And remember, the most dangerous manipulators aren't the ones who look controlling. They're the ones who make you believe they're helping you while quietly using you for their own success. See you in the next video.